Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be in your august presence in a day such like this. I am Barrister Sani Tijani. I will be explaining a few of the rights as contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the African Charter and the World Human Rights Declaration. With your permission, sir, please, may I use the days so that I can place my things and do some as I go along. Please, sir. Because one of the fundamental things about the fundamental human right is that every human being, once you are born or given birth to, even in the Western world, they've even advanced it now to say, even when a child is in the stomach, already they start having some rights. That is why in some countries, abortion is even a crime. Because when you commit abortion, you are taking the right to life of that child that is in the womb. Now, we are dealing with three rights here. The 1999 Constitution, the African Charter on Human Rights, and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The 1999 Constitution contains particularly about 12 to 14 rights from section 33 to 44. It deals with the rights which every Nigerian citizen is supposed to have. Now, the African Charter has 29 articles, all relating to how an African is supposed to live within the space and continent of Africa. The Global Village, that is the World Declaration of Human Rights, has about 30 articles, meaning that as a human being, when you get to a particular place, as long as you are compliant and you are there legally, you are supposed to enjoy some fundamental rights. And these rights, as they are so-called, are inalienable, meaning they are God-given rights. The Constitution or the law has only recognized them because we know that one thing that is possible with every human being at times is to abuse power, because they say power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. So now, what is the fundamental human right? The fundamental human right, so to say, is saying to us as a person, as a people, as a corporate body, as law enforcement agencies, that when you are opportune or in a particular position or situation, there are certain rights that nobody should take away from you. Fundamentally and basically, I would like to say this: the enjoyment of this right to life, right to liberty, right to own property, right to religion, freedom of expression, and all these rights combined, the fundamental thing is that the enjoyment of these rights is in the observation of the exception. Now, because we leave this all today, you now go and say, yes, I have been lectured, I have a pamphlet that says I have a right to my liberty, I can go anywhere I so desire. Yes, I have a right to dignity, because the most fundamental thing a human being has is his dignity. In the recent past, as a country, we all saw over the last few years where suicide became a recent occurrence. And why does suicide occur? Suicide occurs because when a human being gets to that point where he feels right is no more worth living, and what happens is dignity as a person. Because what makes you look forward to tomorrow, what makes you prepare from your house to come to work today, is because you know that your job gives you dignity. But the moment you know that if I get here, I will be abused, I will be trampled upon, I cannot even express myself, which is a combination of the right, freedom of expression, you discover that instead of you looking forward to coming to the office, you will even dread coming, because you know that as a person, that dignity is no more there. So once your dignity is taken away from you as a human being, the remaining is just like an empty shaft or can. You understand? So that is why when you want to enjoy this right, you must look at the exception. When you observe the exception, you can be fully clothed with the right. What are we talking about here? Right to life. It is known as the cynosure of all the right, because it's the most fundamental. Before you can ask of liberty, before you can ask of freedom of expression, before you can talk of owning property, you must first be what? A human being with life. Now, the right to life is the most important. But we all know, within the boundaries of the law, that if you kill another person, if you take another life, then you are subject to what? To the consequences of that action.
So why, as a human being, you have the right to life, you must observe the right of other people to also live. You cannot interfere in their own right and expect you to enjoy, basically. So as we are all here, I want us to go with the understanding that we are law enforcement agents. And as law enforcement agents, it means that you even know the law. That's why in law we say ignorance of the law is not an excuse. Being a law enforcement agent, the pamphlet that has been given to you, when you look at it, you will see that you have rights as a law enforcement agent to do certain things. I.e., when you observe that somebody is breaching the law, trying to take laws into his hand, you can step in. When you see somebody who is trying to commit an offense, it is your right and your duty to enforce it. But in the enforcement of the right, there should be no abuse. That is our message this morning, that you have a right as a human being, but be mindful not to abuse that right, because in the abuse of the right, then the law will take its course. So I encourage each and every one of us that as we go about our daily engagement, we should be conscious that as human beings, we have rights which nobody can take from us. But in the observation of those rights, we must respect the rights of other people so that the law will be our shield and not a consequence when we discharge our lawful duties. Thank you very much.